I've spent years testing every scalping strategy under the sun, and if I had to delete everything and only keep one, this is it. Most 1-minute strategies are just a trap that cause you to overtrade and blow your account. But today, I'm giving you the full guide to the only 1-minute system that I actually trust. One that cuts out the guesswork and focuses on following a simple checklist. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact 6-step checklist that I use every single day. And I'm also going to show you 2 weeks worth of results so you can not just see how it works, why it works, but the results that I get with this strategy. Now, it's important that you understand that trading is not a get rich quick thing. And it honestly took me over 3 years to get to the point that I'm at now. But if I was to start trading today, this is the exact scalping strategy that I would use, and I would ignore every single other one. So with that being said, let's hop into it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first started off trading, I thought I needed 10 screens, 300 indicators, and every complicated thing possible. But honestly, it's when I stripped everything down and created a systematic and simple way of trading, that's when I actually started seeing results in my trading. It also made me realize that I didn't need to catch every single move. I just needed to catch the right ones that followed the exact checklist that we're about to go over in this video. All right, so here we are on the charts. And as I mentioned, this is a simple 6-step checklist that I follow to trade this strategy every single day. I'm gonna run through the checklist really quickly, and then I'm gonna show you exactly how to implement the checklist. I'm gonna show you a bunch of examples of this trade as well, and we'll go over the data so you see how this works for me. So the first step is the chart setup. It's very, very simple. This strategy, I love it because you don't need 100 million indicators. You don't need 30 million things going on. You really only need 2 things. You need to be on Heikin-Ashi candles, and you need to have the indicator, the EMA, on your chart. And we'll go into how to edit the settings for that indicator in a second. But the next thing is we're looking for market structure. This strategy is all about trading the trend. Now, what do I mean by that? We all know that the market never just goes straight up or straight down. The market will go up, down a little bit, up, down a little bit, up, down a little bit, right? This is how the market trades. And then obviously vice versa, it goes down, up a little bit, down, up a little bit, down, up a little bit. Now, these areas right here where price goes against the trend slightly, those are called retracements. That is when price is just retracing down or taking a little bit of a break. This is the point that we're looking to enter trades at, because if we obviously know that the market is going up and we obviously know we need to have these retracements, we're trying to catch the market right before it starts going back in the overall direction. And that's what this strategy is good for, and that's why I trade this strategy. So, like I said, we need to have market structure. Now, we really use the EMA, the indicator that I just mentioned before, to let us know if the market's going overall up or overall down. And that's why we use that. But we need to see market structure because we're only taking buys if price is above the EMA, and we're only taking sells if price is below the EMA. Because again, we need to be trading in the direction that the market is going. We're waiting for pullbacks. I would not be trying to catch sells in a market that's trending to the upside. And the EMA helps us to do that accurately. Now, the next step is waiting for a clean pullback. This is a pullback. When we're going up and then price reverses to the downside and starts going down, that's a pullback. So we're waiting for a clean pullback. Once we have a clean pullback, we're looking for our entry signal. Our entry signal is a doji candlestick. Now, if you don't know what a doji candlestick is, we're gonna go over that. You're gonna see a bunch of examples of it so you can clearly see exactly what I'm looking for before I enter a trade. But we're looking for a high volume doji candlestick. And then once we get that, because doji candlesticks signal that the market is about to reverse. So once we get our pullback and then we get a candlestick that tells us that the market is about to reverse or price is about to reverse, we are entering at that point. That's telling us that, okay, we're at this pivotal point now where the market is about to start going back in the overall direction. So we would enter right on the doji candlestick. Stop loss is super simple. If we entered for a buy, we're placing our stop loss below the doji wick that we entered on. If we entered for a sell, we're placing the stop loss above the doji wick candlestick that we entered on. And our take profit is simple as well. We're always going for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and that's at minimum. A lot of times this can go for a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1, but we want to hit at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio when we are taking this trade. Now, I just ran through all these different steps. I'm going to obviously walk you guys through what this all looks like and how to actually do that. So let's just start with getting our charts set up correctly. So the first thing we want to be is on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. I'm already on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you've never heard of Heikin-Ashi candlesticks before, or if you don't even know what Heikin-Ashi candlesticks mean, it really doesn't matter. This strategy is so like strategic and so checklist that you don't really need to understand anything besides finding doji candlesticks using Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. And we're to go over that literally right now. But how we actually switch to Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, you'll see here on TradingView, most of the time you'll be on regular candles. And you'll have a drop down next to it. So you'll hit the drop down and you can obviously see there's a bunch of different things that you can choose: line charts, columns, volume footprint, a bunch of different things. But we're going to click Heikin-Ashi candlesticks right here. And that essentially has put our charts now on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. This strategy cannot be traded on regular candlesticks. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next step with setting up our charts is putting the 100 EMA on our chart. As I mentioned to you guys, it's just an indicator that essentially tells us if the market's ultimately going up or ultimately going down. So how we do that is we just click indicators right up here, pretty simple. And you just want to type in EMA. And you're going to see moving average exponential pop up. You're just going to want to click that. You're going to see it pop up over here to the left. But as I mentioned inside the checklist, we need to be on 100 EMA. If you look here, by default, when you first put this on your charts, it's a 9 EMA. So we just need to press this little settings icon right here. And under inputs next to length, change it from a 9 to a 100. Once you've done that, then you could just press OK. But honestly, I like changing my style. Usually by default, the line is blue. I personally like having a white line because it just looks better on my charts. But that really doesn't matter. As long as you've changed the inputs to 100, you could do whatever you want. You can change this to freaking blue and purple if you want. I just prefer white. So we'll leave it at white and we'll just press OK. So now we have our chart set up. You'll see here we're on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. This white line right here is that EMA that I just put on our charts. So we're on Heikin-Ashi. We have our EMA set up. That is step 1 of the checklist complete. Now, right now, we're going to go over a bunch of examples right now on the YM futures chart. But keep in mind, I've traded this strategy across multiple different things. I've traded it futures, and I'm talking about NQ, ES, YM, gold. I've traded on Forex pairs as well. I've traded in crypto. I've traded with stocks. I have a lot of students that trading stocks and crypto as well. So this strategy has been able to be used across multiple different industries, which is another reason why I love it. So step 2 is we're looking for market structure. Now, what does market structure mean? Market structure simply means that we're looking to see price making these high points, then these low points, then these high points and these low points above our EMA. So imagine this line right here is our EMA, right? This green line is our EMA. We want to see price making market structure, these higher highs and these higher lows above our EMA in order for us to start looking for buy opportunities. Now, same thing vice versa with sales. We want to see price start making these lower highs and lower lows. You can't even see it here. We want to see price making these lower highs and these lower lows below our EMA in order for us to look for sales. So that's step 2 right here. We're looking for market structure above the EMA for buys and market structure below the EMA for sales. And then we're waiting for a clean pullback. A clean pullback is literally that point that I just showed you where we were going up, then we pulled back to the downside and started going up again. This right here, this little small point to the downside or this small pivot to the downside, that's the pullback. We want to wait for a clean pullback. And what I mean by a clean pullback is we want at least 2 of the opposite color candlesticks in the pullback direction. And they have to have no wicks on the top. If we're looking for buys, that's a valid pullback for a buy opportunity. If we're looking for sales, we want to see no wicks on the bottom of the candlestick. Now, what do I mean by that? So let's say, for instance, with these candlesticks right here, right, we want to see at least 2 of these candlesticks right here where we see these candles that have wicks on the top but no wicks on the bottom. This is what I mean by clean candlesticks. So if we were looking for sell opportunities, because remember, we want price to go down, buy up for a little bit, and then continue to the downside. So this pullback, we want to see these bullish candlesticks and these clean ones. So at least 2 of these candlesticks right here that have no wicks on the bottom. And then vice versa for buys, we want to see pullbacks of candlesticks that have no wicks on the top. And that gives us a clean pullback. And we're going to go over multiple examples of this so you guys can see it with your own eyes and be able to understand it for yourself. And once we have that clean pullback, we're simply just waiting for a high volume doji candlestick to form at that point. And high volume doji candlestick simply just means that the size of the candlestick is bigger than the candlestick before it or the candlestick before that one. That shows us that we have high volume. Then, as I mentioned, our stop loss and our take profit, and we'll go over that in a second. So that's all the steps. Let's go into exactly what the heck this looks like. So these examples that we're about to go over were literally trades that were taken inside of my inner circle. Now, if you don't know what my inner circle is, it is the thing that I've built that I wish I had when I first started off trading. You get everything from live trading every single day, Monday through Friday, from me and other profitable coaches. You get every single trade that we take sent out in real time. That way you can follow them. You also get access to our educational content, which not just allows you to follow our trades, but shows you why we enter the trade so you can do it for yourself, because the goal is for you to be an independent trader. We have a bunch of other things inside of my inner circle as well. A dedicated trading psychologist, which if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, trading is 80% psychology. So that's why it was important that we brought on a dedicated trading psychologist just for the people inside my inner circle. I've honestly built my inner circle to be something that I wish I had in the beginning of my journey that would have made it a lot easier to get to the point that I'm at now. Now, with that being said, if you are someone that is trying to take trading serious, whether you're a complete beginner or you're an experienced trader that just wants more help to become more profitable, I would suggest you click the link inside the description of this video to have the opportunity to join my inner circle, to trade live with us every day, to follow our trades, to learn from people who are at the point that you're trying to get to. Click the link inside the description of this video. Now, as I mentioned, these are some of the trades we took, but these are clean examples of exactly what we're looking for. So we're just going step by step on the checklist. We obviously have our EMA. We're on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. The next step that we're then waiting for is market structure either above or below the EMA. As we see here, price broke above the EMA right here. It sold down, creating a new low, which in turn created market structure above our EMA. So with that being said, we're now looking for buys, but first, before we enter buys, we want to see at least a clean pullback to the downside. Here you see we had this first pullback, price bought up here, and then we had our second pullback. We wouldn't enter on this first pullback or even look for an entry on this first pullback because this is just showing us market structure above the EMA. That's just telling us, okay, we can look for buys. But this second pullback here, we can. And remember, in order for it to be a valid pullback, we need to see at least 2 of these clean candlesticks right here, these candlesticks that have no wicks on the top. As you see, we have way more than 2 of them in this pullback, so that's valid. The next step is we're simply waiting for a doji candlestick, a high volume doji candlestick to form. This is a doji candlestick. It's simply a candlestick that has a small body but long wicks on the top and the bottom, preferably equal size wicks. They don't have to be exactly equal as far as the size of the wicks, but they should be very close enough to equal in size. The main point is that we're seeing wicks on the top and the bottom with a small body. That's a doji candlestick or an indecisive candlestick, which means if the market is indecisive after selling down, it's probably going to reverse and start going up. And we already know that we're overall in an uptrend because we're above the EMA. So that's when I would enter the trade. Now, I mentioned it has to be a high volume doji candlestick, and it's simply the candlestick has to be bigger than the candlestick before that one or the one before that one. In this instance, this doji candlestick is not bigger than the candlestick before it, but it's bigger than the candlestick before that one, therefore making this entry a valid entry based off of a high volume doji candlestick. So once we have that, as soon as this candlestick closes, we're entering when it closes. We're not entering while it's forming. As soon as this candlestick closes, we'd enter for a buy. We'd put our stop loss right below the candlestick that we entered on. And then we're dragging our take profit until the risk/reward ratio says at least a 1. Now, as I mentioned, this can be held a lot longer. As you can see, it hit over a 2-to-1, it hit over a 3-to-1. But most of the time I hold this trade for a 1-to-1 because this is a scalping strategy. And most of the time I want to get in and out within a few minutes. And as you can tell, this trade actually ended up winning in 2 minutes, which we can't complain about. Now, this is one example. There are multiple examples that happened this day. As you can see right here, we had another one. So price started going back up to the upside. We had a pullback, a clean pullback, because we see at least 2 of these flat top candlesticks. And then we had our doji candlestick right here, small body, big wicks on the top of the bottom. And the size of this doji candlestick is bigger than the candlestick before it. And it's also bigger than the candlestick before that one. So this is definitely a valid doji candlestick for an entry. We'd enter right on it. Stop loss below the entry. Try this for a 1-to-1. And this trade ended up hitting within 3 minutes. Then we literally had another setup right after where we had a pullback to the downside. big doji candlestick, and we entered for a 1-to-1. Super simple setup. Now, these are all buy opportunities. We can find some sell opportunities as well. Keep in mind, like I said, all these trades have been taken inside of the inner circle. So right here, we had sells to the downside. We first had price break through our EMA here, and then we had price buy up to the upside here below our EMA, which then made market structure below our EMA, which signals to us, okay, now we can start looking for sells. So then we're simply just waiting for a clean pullback. You see we had a few small pullbacks right here and right here, but none of those were strong enough pullbacks where we need at least two of these, since we're looking for sells, two of these candlesticks that have no wicks on the bottom. But we finally ended up getting it here to the upside. Then we had our high volume doji candlestick right here. We can see the size of this doji candlestick is bigger than the candlestick before it. It's also bigger than the candlestick before that one. So this is a valid sell opportunity. So we can sell right here, stop loss right above the high of the candlestick that we entered on. And we're simply going for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, as you see right here. Again, this could have been held a lot longer, but we're happy with the 1-to-1 scalping and getting in and out this trade within a few minutes. Now, all of these setups that we literally just went over are literally just trades that have happened in the past few days or so. With this strategy, you have to be aware, I usually get 1 or 2 trades of these a day per pair. So if I'm looking at only NQ on the day, I'll probably get 1 or 2 of these setups every day. But obviously, if I'm looking at multiple different pairs, I can get more setups. But one thing to notice that I have figured out when I am trading this strategy, it has to be during a period that has high volume. That's when you're going to have the most success and be in and out of this, because you have to remember this is a scalping strategy. So scalping means we have to be in and out of it pretty fast. And in order for us to be able to be in and out of this setup pretty fast, it has to be during high volume periods. The best time that I found to trade this strategy is between 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I've seen the most setups and they've played out the best. All right, so now that we've went over this entire strategy, we went over the entire checklist, now let's go over the stats that I've had in 2 weeks of trading this strategy. So here we can see the win rate hovers around the 75%. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, this strategy, most of the time, the win rate when I'm trading it over the past 2 years or so has averaged between high 60% and the highest I've seen is about 78 or 79% win rate with this strategy. So ultimately the win rate is pretty solid. As you can see, in 2 weeks, we took a total of 32 trades, which comes out to a little bit over 2 trades per day. We were able to make a total P&L of $26,000 on a $10,000 account, which is perfectly fine. The average risk to reward ratio here, as you see, is a 1.41. And the reason why it's not a straight 1-to-1, even though we're always going for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, is because when we're entering these trades, right? I told you guys we're entering right at the close of the candlestick. And every time I draw these long position tools, or I plan out my trades with the long position tool or short position tool, I'm putting it at the top of the candle. But with Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, the top of the candle is not where price closed. So I mentioned we enter the trade as soon as price closes. So price honestly could have closed down here on this candlestick, and I would have entered right here, but I always plan my trades out as if price closed at the top of the candlestick to get that 1-to-1. But essentially, if price closed right here, I actually entered right here and I got a 1.6-to-1 risk to reward ratio versus a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So that's why you see the average RR is higher than a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio here, which is great. It works out. As you can see, this strategy has absolutely killed it for me. I've traded this strategy for over 2 years at this point, just following the same simple 6-step checklist that I literally just went over with you guys. I've used it to pass multiple prop firm accounts. I've used it to get multiple payouts from prop firms. I trade it on my live account most of the time. It's just honestly been one of the best. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I've thrown every single other scalping strategy in the garbage and I only use this one. Now, as I mentioned, this strategy is a complete game changer for me because it's simple, it's repeatable, I don't have to think about it, and it actually works. But let's be real, even the best strategy in the world won't make you rich if you're only trading with a couple $100. In this video, I break down exactly how to get funding and how to use this strategy that we just went over to get payouts so you can stop stressing over small accounts and start seeing some real profits. So click the video right here and I'll show you the path to getting funding today and using this strategy to leverage.